Hi, this is Chris Sorrell, AI Advisory Practice Lead here at Catalyte, and today we're going to talk a little bit about selecting the right AI. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again talking about AI. Today we're talking about selecting the right AI for your budget and your use case and your organization. We'll start with general productivity AI. That's going to be things like Copilot 365 and Gemini and Watson. We'll look at platform native AI. That's going to be things that are built into existing platforms. So things like Einstein for Salesforce or Copilot for Power BI, things like that. Then we'll look at using AI for custom integration with your line of business systems, as well as greenfield implementations where you're going to do something totally standalone. And we'll just take a look at the pros and cons of each of them and help you to maybe make a decision that is good for your organization, your budget, and your use cases. Okay, so first we've got general productivity AI, and this is going to be things like Copilot 365 or Watson or Gemini, and they're going to be large scale AI systems that are typically aligned with a hyperscaler and aimed at providing AI services to your entire organization. And these are a bit of an easy button, and it's nice to be able to flip a switch and just AIify your entire organization. This can be profoundly transformative to your organization in that now you can have AI capabilities across all of your documents, your emails, your meeting minutes, all your history, and you can use that to synthesize and create new content and derive new insights. And that can be a significant improvement in terms of productivity and insight about your business. However, that's also its curse, because if you don't have strong discipline around data security, data loss prevention, labeling for sensitivity, and appropriate content segmentation, it's easy to expose content to employees who maybe shouldn't have it, or to make an exfiltration risk. And so you really need to do the work of security analysis and creating policy and governance and oversight, and having a plan for this before you flip the switch, because the vendors will make it really easy for you to turn it on. But I don't know that that's really advisable without having done the work up front. I'd also say that there are a lot of AI use cases that don't require something as far reaching and complicated as a general productivity AI platform. And so there may be opportunities for smaller scale implementations that don't carry so much risk and cost. I will say, however, that general productivity AI will become table stakes for most organizations. We're not quite there yet, but it's on the horizon. And as the general public and information workers get more comfortable with AI in the enterprise, they will adopt it into their workflows, and it becomes a necessity. So platform native AI is AI capabilities and services that have been built into software platforms. And so think of Einstein for Salesforce, or Copilot 365 for Dynamics CRM, or Power BI, or things like that. And so this is really the vendor offering of AI. This can be really helpful and a really attractive and easy way to get AI into your business processes, your line of business systems, but there are some downsides to it. First off, you are bound to the capabilities and model that the vendor has provided, and you're going to have minimal control over that in terms of training and refinement and oversight. It's really decided for you, and extending that is going to be fairly difficult or impossible. And so that if it doesn't really meet with your use cases, you're not really going to get value out of it. Secondly, the costs are non-trivial. And if you have narrow use cases, you may be paying for a lot more than the value you're getting out of it. And so it's important to evaluate it holistically and take a look at whether that is the right fit for you cost-wise, or whether there's an option for something like custom integration or a greenfield implementation where you can do the work externally and not be bound to the vendor's costs, licensing scheme, and capabilities. So custom integration is building AI capabilities externally that reach into your line of business systems or other applications that you have. And this is a good way to do small scale, narrowly tailored AI against your business processes and business systems, and gives you the ability to do so without binding yourself to the costs and limitations and potentially risks of platform native AI. And so this is going to be fairly narrowly tailored use cases. Maybe you want to call into your CRM system, your service cloud or something, and look at requests and do some triage based on sentiment analysis or some other criteria. And so you might build an AI engine that does that analysis and then updates your line of business system as appropriate. And so there are a lot of different use cases for this. And this is a good way to get some AI capability quickly in a way that's easy to measure in terms of its effectiveness and return on investment. Of course, you are going to have to put the cost of doing that implementation as well as the cost of the AI services themselves, and that those compute costs can be non-trivial. So you need to look at that and compare it to the similar costs if you are able to get that capability from like a platform native AI solution. The good part about this is that you get precise control over what the AI can do. You have a lot more control over how it does it, what the model is, what the security is, how to prevent hallucinations and risks. And so your destiny is in your hands, so to speak. And I think that's a good thing given the state of AI right now. So my opinion is that this is typically going to be better for narrow use cases than taking on large-scale general productivity or platform native AI, but it's not without cost and risk. And so you need to do, again, the analysis up front to evaluate it and make sure that you have good metrics for success on this. So lastly, we have greenfield implementations, and these are going to be custom solutions that you implement yourself using AI capabilities, perhaps AI services, and you're typically going to do these because you have a very specific use case that isn't well served in the market by existing products or services. And so I use the example of maybe you have some x-rays and you want to analyze them to detect certain fracture types using AI or something like that. And that's a very specific data set, a very specific model training that you need to do, and may require a lot of work around your algorithms. And so that's the type of implementation where a greenfield project is probably going to be the best approach. These are certainly good in the sense that you have a fine-grained control over your model, the temperature, the weighting, the algorithm, and you have a lot of control over it in terms of making sure that it's accurate and safe. However, this, of course, does come at cost. You have to put the whole cost of implementation as well as the ongoing cost of running it, whether that's in a cloud or in your own infrastructure. And so that can be very costly, but it is oftentimes going to be the best solution that meets your needs, particularly if you have proprietary data or processes that you need to protect and you don't want them exposed to other systems. And so I would certainly consider these, particularly if you have a solid development team or you have a partner that can help you with this type of implementation. But I would recommend that you look at your requirements and look at the market to see if there's a service or a product that meets your needs without having to take on that entire work effort around building it, as well as the ongoing cost for compute versus a monthly fee that you might have from a service. Okay, so that was a brief conversation about selecting the right AI. Again, I'm Chris Sorrell, AI Advisory Practice Lead at Catalyte. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions or comments, and thank you for your time.